All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle a super common but kind of tricky problem for anyone running an off-grid or solar setup. How to hunt down that one bad cell in a big 48-volt battery bank. This is one of those skills that can literally save you from replacing an entire, very expensive system.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's the whole problem right there. Your multimeter can say the total voltage is perfect, your inverter isn't complaining, but somewhere deep inside that string, one cell is dying, and it's quietly poisoning the whole bank. It's a silent killer.
So what do? How do you see past that perfectly healthy-looking total voltage and find the weak link before it causes a total meltdown? Well, that's the puzzle we are going to solve right now.
To find it, first, we've got to understand how it hides from us in plain sight.
So here's the trap that so many people fall into. When one single cell starts to go bad, the other healthy cells in that series string, they actually start working a little bit harder to compensate. It's like they're picking up the slack for their failing buddy, which keeps the total voltage looking totally fine. But all the while, that weak cell is getting hammered. It's degrading even faster, and it's dragging the rest of your expensive bank down with it.
Okay, so let's talk about the usual advice you see floating around online, and more importantly, why a lot of it just doesn't work.
You've probably seen all of these before, right? Check the resting voltage of each battery one by one. Maybe you try to load test them individually. And look, sometimes these methods can find a battery that's completely toast, but they almost always miss those subtle, early-stage failures that are actually way more dangerous. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this slide breaks down the why. A total voltage check? We just saw how that can lie to you. Testing each battery on its own, not only is that going to take forever, but it completely misses how the batteries work together as a team, as a string. And checking resting voltage? It tells you absolutely nothing about how that battery behaves under real-world stress. This is exactly why we need a much smarter approach.
And that smarter approach, well, it's all about physics. We're going to use something called the midpoint voltage to basically let the battery bank diagnose itself.
So what the heck is midpoint voltage? It's actually incredibly simple and pretty elegant. If you've got a string of batteries lined up in a series, the electrical center, the exact halfway point, should have precisely half of the total voltage. Just think of it like a perfectly balanced seesaw.
It all comes down to a really beautiful and simple electrical idea, symmetry. A healthy battery bank is like a set of butterfly wings. Each half is a perfect mirror image of the other. They share the load equally, they carry the voltage equally, and this perfect symmetry, that's our gold standard for a healthy system.
And this lays it all out, plain and simple. On the left, you've got that perfectly balanced system where the midpoint voltage is right at half of the total. But on the right, that's what happens when a cell starts to fail. The symmetry breaks. That seesaw is suddenly lopsided. One half of the string just can't hold up its end of the bargain, and that midpoint reading shifts a lot. And that shift, my friends, is our smoking gun.
So here's the real magic. It's this simple bit of math. You take the midpoint voltage you actually measure with your meter, and you just subtract what it should be, which is just the total voltage divided by 2. The result, that number that's not 0, that tells you everything you need to know. The bigger that deviation, the bigger your problem.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get practical. How do you actually do this? Let's walk through the step-by-step test.
It really is this straightforward. Step 1. Measure your total system voltage. Step 2. Do that simple math. Divide it by 2 to get your perfect ideal midpoint. Step 3. Very carefully take your multimeter and measure the actual voltage right at that halfway point in your battery string. And finally, step 4. Compare the two numbers.
So what's the magic number we're looking for? Well, a really good rule of thumb is this. A deviation of more than 2% is a massive red flag. That's not just a whisper. That's the system screaming at you that there's a serious problem, probably a weak cell or some high internal resistance in one half of the bank.
Now hold on. Before you run out to the garage and grab your multimeter, we have to talk about the most important part of this whole thing, doing it safely. This part is not optional. Look, these big battery banks store a frightening amount of energy. A short circuit here isn't a tiny little spark. It's a dangerous, violent electric arc that can melt tools right in your hand and cause serious injury. You also have to be smart about when you test. A system getting hammered by a solar charge controller can give you totally misleading readings. And if you're working with lithium, their smart battery management system, the BMS, can actually hide a problem from you. It's designed to protect the cells, but in doing so, it can mask the symptoms of a single failing cell, which makes this midpoint test even more essential to see what's really going on.
Let's just pause on this for a second, because it is that important. This is not the AC power from your wall. High current DC is immediate, it's powerful, and it is absolutely unforgiving. A single slip of a wrench can basically create a welder in your hands. There is zero room for error. That means insulated tools, safety glasses, and total focus. You have to respect the energy you're working with.
So, let's bring it all home. This is the key takeaway. A simple total voltage reading can give you a false sense of security, but the midpoint test, it uses the physics of the system itself to expose the hidden truth. It's an elegant, powerful, and incredibly efficient way to find a problem before it becomes a disaster.
So now you have this awesome tool to figure out which half of your battery bank is in trouble. But that, of course, leads to the next big question. Once you know the problem half, how do you find the one single battery that's causing all the grief without tearing the whole thing apart? Well, that's a great topic for another day.